First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawad Ba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got the Angryman. And as you see, the title of this video is Someone Give Ricky Smiley Some Milk. Now, he's going to go into Ricky Smiley saying that, hey, Ricky Smiley is saying that he feared for his life, or he feared that he can get deportated. And when you listen to the Angryman, I'm going to tell you right now, he believes in this country, man. He truly believes in oppression. He truly believes in these damn devils, man. You know? And that's what he does, man. He really believes in these motherfuckers, and hey, he's going to find out the hard way. You know, I've listened to this guy before, and there's some things he says, especially when it comes to him talking about women every now and then, well, often. He makes a lot of great points, but in this particular one, man, he's off. You know, he truly believes in this place, man. And not understanding, man, that everything Ricky Smiley is saying and how he fears for things, hey, you should be very afraid about what's about to happen. But with that, man, I'm going to sit up here and let this play, and I'm going to grab a few scriptures, man. I'm not going to make this long, you know, but we'll see how the wind, we'll see how the spirit takes us. You know, I say spirit is like the wind, so we'll see where it goes. But I'm going to sit up here and let this play. Here we go.
Okay, so let's address Mr. Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley, you running around here talking about you afraid you going to get deported by ICE. You afraid you going to get deported by Donald Trump. Let me tell you something. I ain't never in a million, kabillion, quadrillion years, basically my entire life, ever been afraid of being deported from this country. You know the reason why I'm not afraid of being deported from this country? Because I was born here. Just like every other Negro in my lineage before me. Okay? This is our homeland. All right? You think you're afraid you're going to get deported because you believe that nonsense about being from Africa. Well, I'll tell you what. You keep worrying about that. And I'm going to keep enjoying this beautiful land that I was born on.
So there you go. Truly, truly, truly been brainwashed. And I mean, when I say brainwashed, it ain't been in the right way. Stockholm Syndrome, whatever you want to call it, he truly believed in oppression. He truly loved this place, man. And he going to find out the hard way. But with that, man, I'm going to sit up here and grab a few scriptures, man. Because, hey, our people don't understand, man. We under the curses. A lot of our people don't understand. Like he sit up here and said, like, you have that belief that you was from Africa and all this other stuff. This guy don't understand, man. Transatlantic slavery, transatlantic slave trade. This is not our home. We're not American. You're calling yourself after a white man, you know. Amerigo Vespucci is the name of the guy who you're calling yourself when you say you're American. But with that, man, let me sit up here and grab a few scriptures, man. The first scripture I want to sit up here and grab, because people don't understand. First and foremost, we're under the curses. And part of those curses was being sent over here to a land and being scattered amongst the people. So here, let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15 first. This Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It says, but if it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, so you cannot escape the curses. And one of the major curses was we was going to be put in slavery, bondage, man. So let's go down to Deuteronomy chapter 28. You know, I want to kind of read. I'm going to start at 64. It says, and the Lord thy power shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. We have been scattered among all the nations, and none of them have treated us well. None. We've been screwed over, fucked over, used and abused, made a mockery of. We're the only group of people, man, that's always being laughed at and scorned at. How can you not see that we under something? Here it is, the men out there on the highways and byways are letting you know what's happening to us and why we're in the predicament we're in. And it's fucked up that people find that hard to believe. But this Deuteronomy 28:65, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind, man. And what are we? Trembling, we fear all the time. We find no ease, man. None. We in depression state all the time, man. A lot of our people, man, always in that mode. But but guess what? The tides are gonna turn pretty soon because Esau is about to feel all the pain. But why you think we go through all the stuff that we went through? All the stuff we went through in the slave trade, all the stuff we went through the Jim Crow era, all the stuff we went through, man. Getting beat, hung, babies fed to alligators. These are the things that we went through when we were brought over here, which I'm finna get in a minute. Now it says Deuteronomy 28:66, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, with God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, with God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the fear of sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. So even in the morning, in the night, no matter when, man, we're gonna always fear. And one of those fears you see in plain sight all the time now. Look at us, man, when we get pulled over by police officers. Brothers end up getting shot, man, just for a goddamn stoplight. Beat up and injured and maimed just because they sit up here and didn't have on a seatbelt. Our life hang in fear every day we hear. If you stop in one of these wrong ass cities, man, you could end up finding yourself gone, man. You still got sundown cities. What are you talking about, man? This is not our place. This is not our land. But you got guys like the Angryman. You're gonna have other people who think just like him. Oh, I'm American. Oh, I believe in this country. I'm American. That's buffoonery and foolishness, man. All because you making a little money. You know what? A matter of fact, I'll get that in a minute. It says Deuteronomy 28:67. In the morning thou shalt say, no, my fault. It's Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee again into Egypt, into ships. So when were we brought into Egypt with ships? America is spiritually Egypt and Sodom. If you read Revelation chapter 11, I think verse 8. This America is called spiritually Egypt and Sodom. Why? Because it took on the customs of Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. It took on the custom of Egypt. Not only were we in bondage, but we took on the idol worship. And when it says Sodom, the vile affection and the sexual immorality that Sodom and Gomorrah had. That's why it says spiritual Egypt and spiritual Egypt and Sodom. It's not literally saying that we in those lands. No, it's saying America took on the traits of both those lands, of both those times, of Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah, those cities. That's what it's saying. You know, when you sit up here and read the scriptures, you got to understand the scriptures speak in parable phrases. It speaks in parable. Some of the scriptures are just flat out. Some of them have dark sayings. You know, that's why you need teachers to sit up here and tell you them. That's why you need men to sit up here and break down certain scriptures, because people will literally look at that and sit up here and think that that's what it is, when that's not what it is. So the angry man is totally wrong. This is not your place. You know, you're not American. You're not named after a white man. You are an Israelite. You know, matter of fact, here, and let me go to Jeremiah real quick, just to make this point. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. It says, Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemy in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. So here it is, the Lord, hey, what he's saying, the curses. If we don't do this, guess what's going to happen? This is going to befall us. What happened? We came into another land. What happened? In this particular bondage, in this particular slavery, this is the only one where we didn't know who we were as a people. And guys like the Angryman and a lot of people out here, man, they don't even understand that they're Israelites. They don't even understand that they're the chosen people of the Lord. Yeah, how about Shimi Awashai? All they sit up here and think is just because they got a little money, this and that, they think that's the greatest thing in the world. Not understanding that this is shit, man. Love not the world. This is not our rest. This is some bullshit. You can't enjoy money here. You can't enjoy your kids here. You know? So yes, Ricky Smiley has a point. I don't agree with Ricky Smiley. He's a goddamn devil. You know? But the whole point of him being afraid, he should be. Then it's very smart to understand that you should be afraid of the times that are ahead. Because if you're not, you fool. If you ain't got the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, you're going to be in trouble. Point blank period. Angry man. You're going to be one of them. You might think this a joke, man. He too much love in this place. And he's going to be destroyed. What is that? It's in Ecclesiastes. You know what? Hold on. It's in Ecclesiastes. I can't remember. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. It says what? You know what, man? I'm going to start at 5. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of a fool. So, man, it's better for you to sit up here and listen to the wise man, especially the prophets out here on the highways and byways, point blank period. But even you got other guys out here who are going to say things that's going to make a lot of sense. You know, even what Ricky Smiley said, you know, they can deport us. You know, he's looking at it from a standpoint of, hey, man, look at what they're doing. He's paying attention to the times. So it's better to listen to the rebuke of a wise man. It's better to listen to a wise man instead of than for a man to hear the songs of fool. And angry man, I'm sorry, they're listening to the songs of fools with you because you believe in oppression and you believe in this place. And you're going to be destroyed, man. For as the crackling of the thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of a fool. This is also vanity. But here's the point I want to make. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroy the heart. And that's what's destroying you, my man. You got that money. You got that content creator, you know, on YouTube, the angry man, you know, you're patenting or whatever else case may be. And you sitting up here making a little money. And see, that right then and there is going to destroy you, man. Because you believe in this place. You believe in, you know, and that gift destroy the heart. You got a little money just like your Shaqs, just like your Jordans, just like your Kanye's, your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, your Cardi B's, your Lil Reds, your Sexy Reds, and all these other people. Glorilla, all these people, man. And even then, you know, I just got through looking at this, you know, sorry to step aside for a moment, Salakia brothers, you know, to whoever's listening. But I just read a story on Glorilla getting arrested, you know, because they found weed in a home that she hasn't even stayed in. She had relatives there and she wasn't even there. But here it is, they called because someone broke into the house and then she ends up getting arrested. Now, I don't know when all this took place, but that just lets you know how you get arrested in a place that you're not even living in. You ain't even around. It's family members staying there. That just lets you know, man, hey, man, you can't escape the curses, man. You're not going to escape whether you got money or not. And even though this might be small, they said they found weed. They smelled weed when the cops came to the house. They smelled weed. And instead of looking for the perpetrators that they say they couldn't find, they sit up here and got a warrant to search the crib. And they said they found a significant amount of weed in one of the bedrooms or something like that to that effect. That just lets you know, man, we under the curses. You ain't going to escape whether you got money or not. Neither are you, angry man, you know. But either way it goes, man, our people trust in this place and love this place and not understanding. No matter what you have, no matter what riches you got, no matter what status you got, you still a nigga and you still going to get dealt with as one. Point blank, period. Don't fool yourself. This is Isaiah 30. Which one do I want? Hold on, Salakia brothers. I was trying to see if I wanted 30 or 31. 30. I'm going to go to 30. This is Isaiah 30 and 1. Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. See, that's woe to the rebellious children. What is that? Woe means destruction. Who's rebellious? You 2/3 right now, you rebels around the world, man. Y'all ain't listening to the Lord, man. Y'all covering yourselves with the doctrine of these damn devils. And you're going to be destroyed for it, man. You listening to it. You sit up here and believe that you're an American. That's number one. You sit up here and believe that that this is your home. That's number two. You sit up here and believe that it's going to continue on. That's number three. You know? And you think you're going to continuously prosper here. That's four. You got 4 strikes against you, man. Everything that you think is bullshit, and it's gonna fuck you up. And it says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And there you go, trusting in the shadow of Egypt. And what's the shadow of Egypt? That sit up here means that you sit up here trusting in a system that mimic itself after another system. America mimic itself after Egypt, like I explained earlier. Point blank. Period. It mimics the Egypt of old with Pharaoh and them, through the bondage that they had the Israelites under, and through the idolatry, the worship, sun gods and all this other bullshit. This Isaiah 30 and 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion. Let me say that again. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Since you trust in Pharaoh, and right now you got motherfucking goddamn Trump, man. That cruel Lord. Look what he doing right now. Causing all sorts of chaos, man. And we great, and I'm glad. I continuously hope that he continuously do it, so we can get the fuck up out of here. And people like you are going to believe in these damn devils because you really love Trump, man. I listen to you quite a bit. You love this dude. A lot of y'all going to follow down the path and believe in this goddamn devil. How you going to believe in a white man, a so-called white man? He's your enemy. He's been your enemy since day one. And y'all can't even... So stupid. But y'all trust in this motherfucker. You know what? I'm going to end it on that right there. I'm going to just end it straight on that right there. No more, no less. I'm just going to end it on Ecclesiasticus 12. I'm just going to end it straight on that point. I ain't going to go no further. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. It says never trust thine enemy, my man. You sitting up here trusting a white man when you know this motherfucker, the so-called white man, who's a goddamn Edomite, who has never done anything good for you. Just because you got some money, just because you got a few little things in this world, you think that means something. It means nothing. This damn devil's gonna fuck you up. He used a lot of you, and he definitely used Eve to accomplish a mission. She too stupid to recognize. When I say Eve, I'm talking about the so-called black woman. He used y'all to fuck over your families, to fuck yourselves up for your own happiness, just to get y'all careers and every little in your degrees. He used y'all to a T. And a lot of y'all fell for the okie doke. When I mean a lot of y'all, I'm talking about a lot of y'all. About 90%. Could be even more. But either way, man, it says never trust thy enemy because he doesn't change. I'm not going to say no more on this, man. You know what? Hopefully this was edifying. Hopefully I got a point to whoever's listening, man. Hey, look, man. This is not our place. We under the curses. And it's just a matter of time for the Lord come and get us up out of here and redeem us out of this goddamn place, man. Because we fucking tired. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. With that, I always say stay prayed up, guys. Pray for each other, and we almost up out of here. And I'm going to say stay prayed up, Akim, and pray for each other because we almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and a Baba Ball and Anya Hamathama Lakim. Shalom.